I just feel like it's going to fall off. I'm so nervous. Okay, I need fuel. Alright, let's go to a petrol station before I run out. Oh, this road's awful as well. What to do, what to do. I don't like the way that's spinning. God, I brought this cheap selfie stick to replace the Insta 360 one that broke, and it is making me a nervous wreck. It is just not stable. It doesn't like to stay in one spot. And although I've got the lens guards on it, I'm pretty sure if it just fell and hit the floor at 40 mile an hour, it would break. And that is a very expensive brake. So ideally, I would avoid that. But I just want to take it out today just to get a couple of good shots. Just want to play around with it a little bit. Oh, what have I done on my phone? Got my phone. Just want to play around with the angles a little bit. Put the stick in different positions on the bike, see what works well. I like to say I'm a bit nervous using it, so I'm not going to put it in too many precarious sort of areas, like near the floor or whatever. So yeah, I just don't really fancy it just slipping and breaking. So yeah, no real plan for this ride. Finished work early on a Friday. I've got to pick the kids up at 3:15, and I thought, you know what? I've got a little bit of time. Let's just head out and see where I end up. So yeah, nothing too exciting planned. Just a bit of fun, really. See if we can overtake a bus in a minute. The speed is gaining. He's about to see an opening. He sees an opening. He indicates. He goes! Yeah, I'm going to have to move this stick. It's making me a nervous wreck. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. Now you get to see straight into my eyes, through my soul, as the panic comes across my face of that oil lorry deciding to pull out. So yeah, yesterday I brought a belly pad off a guy off eBay. I went to his house to pick it up because it just so happened to be 10 minutes away from where I was working. And honestly, I've got to say, there's something about BMW k100 riders. They're just really kind people. I'm sure it's the same with most bikers, to be fair. But yeah, my experience with buying second-hand parts or even buying the bike, you know, the people that like these bikes really like these bikes, and they just want to help out. I think they just want to see another one on the road, whether it's a completely standard, you know, unmolested version or fully chopped up calf racer with a honking great exhaust on it. They just like to see them on the road. Um, yeah, it was just nice. I went round there, picked it up, and he was like, do you need anything else for the bike? And I mentioned that the fan doesn't tend to come on while I'm riding, although it does work because when I put 12 volts directly to the fan, it comes on. And he was like, oh, hang on a minute, I think I've got a spare relay. So he just went into his house, grabbed the relay. He's like, there you go, mate, try that. So I was like, oh, brilliant, how much you want for it? He said, no, don't worry, just, put it on and hopefully it works. Yeah, unbelievable. People try and sell them relays for 40 quid. And he was just like, yeah, just have it. Just a really nice, kind bloke. And it's just nice to see that in the biking community, helping other people out. It's just nice to see. And obviously it's nice to be on the receiving end of that as well, by hopefully getting this bike up to 100% complete. But yeah, if you ever are in that situation where you might know someone or talk to someone that needs a part or needs help with a bike, and you happen to have that part or have the knowledge to help them out, just do it. It's just nice. I've always done it myself. If I've got the time, the knowledge, or the tools, or whatever that someone needs, I'll quite happily help them out. Is that my neighbour? Hello, neighbour. Now, where do I go? Tell you where I need to go. The exhaust shop. This is so loud. Maybe I'll put the camera down near the exhaust so you can hear it. Because I don't think it's coming through as clear as it is for me, obviously. But yeah, it's very, very loud. Oh, mate. And also, with the aftermarket exhausts on these bikes, they're made by so many different manufacturers that they're not always like the perfect size. So you have the four headers coming through into the collector, and then you have a 4-into-1 collector, which you can get in various different bends and shapes. And they never quite sit onto the headers perfectly. They slide on fine, but there's always a bit of a gap. So every time you let off, every now and again, it sucks a bit of cold air through that gap, and you just get an almighty backfire. Which, don't get me wrong, it sounds quite nice. I do like it. But the the other day, I was driving along, or riding along, should I say? I'm so used to driving my car. I was riding along, and this poor woman had her baby in a pram, fast asleep, and my bike just done this almighty backfire, and the look on her face. If I was at a traffic lights, I got a feeling she would have kicked me off the bike. She was fuming, and I do not blame her. I've got kids myself, and when you're trying to get them to sleep, and you finally do, and then some absolute goon comes along and backfires the bike, yeah, she must have been fuming, bless her. But it wasn't on purpose, so there is that. Oh, look at that view. What was that? Well, I think it's working. My tyres feel rock hard. Absolute rock hard tyres. They feel like I'm literally riding on concrete. I'm sure they're just a bit cold, like me. But yeah, it just feels very, very peculiar. Oh, you'll be able to see the exhaust from there. Hopefully, you'll get a bit of exhaust noise. 30 mile an hour. Woo! Now, I don't actually know if the camera is connected to the intercom or not, because I forgot to check. But if it is, welcome back. So, yeah, we're unsure of what to call the channel. We've had a discussion on various names. We like the idea of Downshift. That was a pretty cool name that Ryan, my younger brother, come up with. What was the one Matt said? He had a really good one. Don't know, I'll have to have a look back at the messages. But yeah, there's a few. I like Downshift. I like Biker Bros. What was the other ones? I can't think off the top of my head now. But yeah, we're unsure on names. At the moment, it's Biker Boys of Buckinghamshire, which is a terrible name, but it's all I could think of at the time. But yeah, I want to try and get like a nice catchy name that we can call the channel. I'm sure we'll have a discussion about it on the way to the motorcycle show on Sunday. But yeah, we'll come up with something. Unless you've got any ideas that you put in the comments below, let me know. But it does seem that all the good ones have been taken, because obviously YouTube is massive now with millions of channels. So yeah, all the good ones that we wanted, Moto Bros, Biker Bros, yeah, I don't know, I can't remember now. But yeah, all the good ones have been taken. Right, I'm going to move this camera again, because I really do not like this selfie stick. It seems like it just wants to fall off. Oh, I think I need to work on my brakes. Bearing in mind it's 36-year-old bike, so the brakes are never going to be incredible. They could definitely feel a bit sharper, that's for sure. Not even necessarily sharper, just a little bit more bite on the rear brake would be nice. With this bike not having ABS, I'm more than happy for it not to have a ridiculously sharp bite, because it just means that I can feather it a little bit more and get the feel of it, rather than just slamming the brakes on and letting the ABS do the work, which I haven't got the luxury of. You know, I can just be very gentle on the brakes or hard on the brakes if I need to, and feather it to how I feel necessary. Whereas on the rear brake, you know, whether it locks up or not, you can control the skid, so it'd be nice to have a little bit more bite on that. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, but this intercom system I'm using to record with, it actually only cost me £7 from Temu. I didn't go on Temu specifically to buy this. I was just on there looking for some random bits for the house, and it come up, and I was like, no way, £7. That is going to be absolute dog doo doo. But I thought I'd give it a go, because you never know. Even if I could listen to a bit of music with it, and honestly, it's so good. I admit that, you know, the microphone quality isn't amazing. It's not going to be for £7, but I was shocked at how good it is. It linked up to my phone and my camera instantly, no issues whatsoever. I can listen to music, I'd say, at around 60% volume. Anything over that, it starts to go a bit crackly and a little bit, you know, it sort of breaks up a little bit. So it's not ideal for if you like listening to loud music. But honestly, for £7, I was shocked. It is so good. But I will be upgrading to a Senna. Hopefully, I'll pick one of them up at the show, because they're just obviously better quality. And both my brothers and my uncle have one, so we'll be able to link up when we go out for rides, so we can all talk to each other, which is what we need. No, well, I say we need. You don't need it, but it'd be nice to have. Drop it down, all the gears. Oh, go, go, go. Ah! It sounds so good. So the guy I brought the belly pad from yesterday, we were talking about the bikes, and I said to him, I've never rode a standard K100, but they're surprisingly quick. And he said, no, 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 not at all. They're not quick. He said they're adequate. So I'm assuming all the mods I've done to this, performance-wise, and obviously chopping half the bike up to make it lighter, has massively improved the performance. Because I don't know how anyone could ride this and say, oh, it's adequate. Like, this thing shifts. It really does shift. You know, there's no way, that that's how the standard one feels. So if anyone has a K100 that is standard in Buckinghamshire, let me have a little go, please. I promise I won't rag it as much as I rag this, because this is obviously my bike, so if I break it, I can fix it. I would just take a nice little poo-poo and, yeah, just compare it. Oh my god, I need to go home. My fingers are destroyed. Now, luckily, I was actually smart enough to put the heating on before I left, so at least I will go home to a nice toasty warm place. I can stick my hands directly on the radiators until life comes back to them. Ah, also, I'm so shocked at how the channel's doing. Honestly, I thought I'd do these videos, I'd share it with me and my brothers, and we would just watch it and be like, oh yeah, you know, maybe a few people see it. I've had nearly 200, well, I've had 250 views on the main channel, and one of the shorts I put on has actually got, at last time I checked, 1,500 views, which is awesome. You know, I think I've got 7 or 8 subscribers now, which obviously is very, very low. But, you know, I honestly didn't do this thinking, right, I need to get X amount of followers, I need to do this, need to do that. It was just a bit of fun. And the fact that people are watching and obviously liking it and subscribing is, you know, it's incredible. It's a good feeling, to be honest. So yeah, thank you. And if you are new and this is the first time you've watched any of my videos, please like and subscribe. It is very much appreciated. Puts a little smile on my face. So, on the shopping list for the motorbike show, a Senna head unit, winter gloves, a winter jacket, possibly a pair of boots. Oh, what else? What else? I'm sure there'll be something else. Yeah, there will be some. There's always something else. We're motorbike riders. There's always something else. It's like the hobby that never ends. Maybe a new chain and padlock. Maybe a bike stand. Maybe a bike cover. The list goes on. But yes, I'm sure I will come away with some nice new goodies to put on the bike or use on the bike. But definitely some winter clothing. That is for sure on the list. Oh, my fingers. Oh, a little bit of heat off the engine. Oh, it makes all the difference. I remember once before I even had a car. So I was a very stubborn 16-year-old. I was like, cars are rubbish. I don't like them. They're no good. They're boring. So I just had motorbikes. Passed my CVT at 16. Had a little Gilera Ice 50cc moped. Then I had an NSR 125 full power, which was just incredible at the time. Had so much fun on that bike. And then obviously once I had that for a year, I I done my full bike license. I had a Suzuki Bandit 600N, which obviously I street fighted. Custom made exhaust, you know, underbody exhaust, tubby. I keep saying tubby, stumpy seat unit. You know, just also actually got pulled over by police on that because he heard me speeding rather than seeing me speeding. So he chased me to work and said, well, called me an idiot basically and let me off with a warning because he liked my bike, which is quite cool. So yeah, after I had that, I had a ER6N in bright orange. Had that for a few weeks. Didn't really get on with it. I love the bike. I just thought it was a bit slow for me, unfortunately. So I traded that in for a GSXR 600 K9, brand new. Had that for 6 months and it got stolen, which was just awful. And as I was 18 years old, I believe, 18, 19 at the time, um, I had zero money. So I was spending the entirety of my money on the bike. So my insurance was third party only, like an absolute tool. So when the bike got stolen, I phoned up my insurance. They're like, "Oh, you want to claim? But you're third party only, sir. So go and buy yourself a new bike," which was just horrendous because I was paying for it on finance. So I paid £250 a month for 4 years, I believe it was, every single month for 4 years without even owning the bike. So just absolutely devastating. Yeah. So yeah, that was that. And then yeah, I've had various other bikes since then. A couple more Bandits, Bandit 1200, GSXR K3 600. So yeah, and then I only got a car when I absolutely needed to, which was for work. But yeah, other than that, I had a bike for everything. I'd ride to work in the snow. I remember once I had my younger brother on the back, and we rode the entire way to work with our feet on the floor because it was so snowy and icy that it was just impossible to keep the bike upright. So yeah, we rode the bike in the snow and the ice. Yeah, crazy what you do when you're young. But yeah, now I'm in my mid 30s. It's a luxury to ride my bike, but I still do it in the cold because I absolutely love it. Right, that's it. End of the video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.